Dear students, welcome to the today's chemistry CE, NEET and JE class. So in this class, let us discuss some important CET questions on the electron displacement effects. So electron displacement effects in covalent bond. So there are four types of electron displacement effects of covalent bond. So that is inductive effect, resonance effect, so electromeric effect and hyperconjugation. So let us discuss one important question on inductive effect. So here is the question. Inductive effect involves. So the given options are displacement of sigma electrons resulting in polarization, displacement of pi electrons resulting in polarization, delocalization of sigma electrons and delocalization of pi electrons. Let us take inductive effect. The concept of inductive effect says that inductive effect. So inductive effect is the first electron displacement effect in covalent bond. So here it states that displacement of sigma electrons towards the most electronegative atom which is attached to the carbon chain. So let us take one example. CH3, CH2, Cl. Here CH3, CH2 is the carbon chain to which the most electronegative atom chlorine is directly attached. So now towards the chlorine atom, electrons, sigma electrons get displaced along the carbon chain. CH3, CH2 is the carbon chain. Now the sigma electrons of carbon chain now displaced towards the most electronegative atom, that is chlorine atom. And once again, inductive effect involves displacement of only sigma electrons, because inductive effect always takes place in saturated organic molecules, so that no involvement of pi electrons, and once again no delocalization. Delocalization concept comes only when there is a pi electrons, but inductive effect takes place only in saturated organic molecules, so that no concept of discussing sigma, that is pi electrons. So here inductive effect involves displacement of sigma electrons resulting in polarization. So that means whenever the sigma electrons displaced towards the most electronegative atom, that is chlorine atom, so chlorine atom becomes partially negative charge and carbon atoms becomes partially positive charges. So positive charge and negative charges are formed in the organic molecule. Hence the bonds, the covalent bond get polarized. So the correct options for this question is a displacement of sigma electrons resulting in polarization. Okay, next come to the second question. Okay, second question on inductive effect only. So which one of the following acids, which one of the following acids would you expect, would you expect to be more CH2COOH. Iodoacetic acid. Chloroacetic acid. C. Bromoacetic acid. Bromoacetic acid. And fluoroacetic acid. Okay. So this is the question on inductive effect only. So here one of the hydrogen atom of acetic acid get replaced by halogen atoms. So that is iodine, chlorine, bromine and fluorine. So halogen atoms are present are introduced into the acetic acid. Among all the acids, acetic acid is considered as a weak acid. Acetic acid is considered as a weak acid. But whenever the CH3 group of acetic acid which is involved in hydrogen atoms get replaced by the halogen atoms, the acidity increases. So that means whenever one of the hydrogen atom of acetic acid is get replaced by halogen atoms, its acidity changes. Weak acid is acetic acid. Acetic acid is weak acid. But whenever one of the hydrogen atom of methyl group of acetic acid is get replaced by a halogen atom, its acidity increases, becomes strong. So when iodine, chlorine, bromine or fluorine atoms are introduced into the acetic acid, then what will happen to the acidity? Which one is more strongest? So here they are given iodoacetic acid, chloroacetic acid, bromoacetic acid and fluoroacetic acid. Among these halogen containing acetic acid, which one is more strongest? We have to identify. So among the halogens, fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. Fluorine is taken as more electronegative element. Halogen, more electronegative element. Greater the electronegativity, stronger is the acid. So that among fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine, fluorine is the most electronegative element. Whenever we introduce most electronegative element fluorine into the acetic acid, then its acidity increases. So that among bromoacetic acid, iodoacetic acid, chloroacetic acid and fluoroacetic acid is taken as a strongest acid. So strongest acid, the strongness of acid is decided based on the electronegativity of halogen atom. Next, third question. Question number 3. The most suitable method of separation. The most suitable method of separation of 1:1 mixture of ortho and para Para-nitrophenols. Para-nitrophenols is sublimation, B chromatography, C crystallization, steam distillation, out. So come to the third question. The most suitable method of separation of 1:1 mixture of alcohol and para-nitrophenols is. So this is the question based on purification of organic compounds. We have different methods of purification of organic compounds like crystallization method, distillation method. In the distillation itself, further we have simple distillation, so steam distillation, fractional distillation, etc. And chromatography technique, sublimation technique, and once again, so steam distillation. These are all the different methods of purification of organic compounds. Among these methods of purification of organic compounds, which one is the most suitable method for the separation of 1:1 mixture of ortho and para-nitrophenols? Let us take ortho and para-nitrophenols. So this is the phenol, C6H5OH, phenol. Adjacent position, NO2 group. This is ortho nitrophenol, and next one is 1,4 position is called as para position 1,2. So this is a para-nitrophenol. So both are also liquids. So how to separate? Which method is suitable for the separation of 1:1 mixture? So that means one part of ortho-nitrophenol is mixed with one part of para-nitrophenol. Which method is suitable for the separation of ortho-nitrophenol and para-nitrophenol? So here, if we take ortho-nitrophenol, next to the OH group, nitro group is present. So here, in ortho-nitrophenol, intramolecular hydrogen bonding exists. So NO2, OH can be written as O bond H, and NO2 can be written as N double bond O, NO2. Intramolecular hydrogen bonding is nothing but the bond exists between the hydrogen atom of one molecule and most electronegative atom of the same molecule is called intra. Intra means within the molecule. So this is called as intramolecular hydrogen bonding. Intramolecular hydrogen bonding exists in ortho-nitrophenol. So intramolecular hydrogen bonding is the hydrogen bond. So this is the representation of hydrogen bonding. So the hydrogen bonding that exists between hydrogen atom of OH group and most electronegative atom oxygen of nitro group, which is a situated on the same benzene ring. So that intramolecular bonding exists, hydrogen bonding exists in orthonitrophenol, but here OH group and NO2 groups are at 1,4 position of benzene ring, so that no intramolecular hydrogen bonding is possible in paranitrophenol. So that such type of liquids, such type of orthonitrophenol and paranitrophenol can be separated by steam distillation. Steam distillation is nothing but so the compounds which are insoluble in water and the compounds which become volatile on distillation is called as steam distillation. So here using steam distillation the mixture of compounds can be separated which are insoluble in water and which become steam volatile on passing steam. Which compound becomes volatile, which compound become vaporizable and which compounds are insoluble in water, such type of compounds can be separated by a steam distillation. So that orthonitro and paranitrophenol can be separated by a steam distillation. Sublimation is the method in which the solid substance directly converted into the gaseous substance without involving any liquid state. And chromatography is used to separate a mixture of the organic compounds into different individual components by absorbing on a suitable adsorbent. And crystallization is a method used to purify the organic compounds where there is a difference in the solubility of pure organic compound and impurities in the given suitable solvent. So that's the better method which can be used for the separation of orthonitrophenol and paranitrophenol is steam distillation. Next, fourth question. Question number 4. In which of the following compounds? In which of the following compounds? Which of the following compounds the CCl bond, carbon chlorine bond, ionization shall give most stable carbonium ion. Carbonium ion is also called as carbocation. Option A, CH3 Cl CH3. Option B, CH3 CH3 Cl C. Cl B. Option B, HCl CH2NO2. So these are the options given for this question. Among these given options, In which of the following options CCl bond after ionization, the most stable carbocation or carbonium ion is. So, in which of the following compounds the CCl bond ionization shall give most stable carbocation or carbonium ion. So, they are asking on breakage of CCl bond. See, in all the options, carbon chlorine bond is present. So, on breaking, on ionization of carbon and chlorine bond, which option will give most stable carbocation or carbonium ion? Let us take the option A, CH3CH3, Cl. So, after ionization of carbon and chlorine bond, so then it becomes CH3CH, CH3CH plus CH3. So, that is CH3, CH. After ionization, Cl minus, C plus, CH3. So, this is called as secondary propyl carbocation. 2 not carbocation. So here in the option B, whenever carbon and chlorine bond get ionization takes place, then tertiary butyl carbocation is formed. Tertiary butyl CH3, CH3 plus. So after the breakdown of carbon and chlorine bond, tertiary butyl carbocation is formed. And in option C, after breakdown of carbon and chlorine bond, benzyl CH2 plus, C6H5CH2 plus, benzyl carbocation is formed after breaking carbon and Cl bond. And here, so after breaking, so it forms CH2 plus CH2 NO2. So that is ethyl nitro compound is formed, so with a positive charge. So here, in which of the following carbocations most stability is observed? You know very well, stability of carbocations. Stability of the carbocations is in the order 3 degree, 3 naught. Tertiary carbocations are more stable than 2 degree. Secondary carbocations than primary 1 degree. Then methyl carbocation. So here, so according to this order, then we have to select tertiary butyl. Tertiary butyl carbocation is the most stable carbocation. But here, look at this benzyl carbocation, C6H5CH2 plus. Benzyl carbocation involves benzene ring. Benzene ring is undergo resonance. Is undergo delocalization of pi electrons takes place within the benzene ring. So that benzyl carbocation is get resonance stabilized. So how means, let us take benzyl carbocation. So this is the benzyl carbocation. Carbocation is electron deficient. Now pi electrons are required in double bond formation to satisfy the positive charge of carbocation. Now, so double bond comes here, positive charge. Now to satisfy this positive charge, double bond comes here, positive charge is formed at 2 position. Next once again, to satisfy this positive charge, double bond comes here. positive charge is on charge P position. So like this, resonance stabilization takes place in benzyl carbocation, so that the most stable carbocation, so in this is benzyl carbocation. Benzyl carbocation. So after the breakage of carbon Cl bond, benzyl carbocation is the most stable carbocation.